WagerTalk Today host Teddy Covers and the Prez are the perfect odd couple. And since you can't have one without the other, we decided to turn it into a promotion. With daily baseball and the NFL and college football in action this week, there is no better time to get on board with both Teddy and the Prez, and why not do it with one big discount? The promotion is simple. You can't get Teddy without the Prez or Prez without the Teddy, so if you buy a 3-day all-access pass from one, you will get a 3-day all-access pass from the other for free. To redeem this deal, just go to either of their pages at WagerTalk, purchase the Odd Couple Special, and lock in both Prez and Teddy for 3 days for the price of one. This offer expires when the Broncos and the Seahawks kick off on Monday Night Football, so act fast and take advantage of the Odd Couple promo.
Welcome, everybody, to Wager Talk Today. Happy Labor Day. Happy NFL season. Week 1 starts now. Happy college football season week 2. Happy everybody. I'm Lawrence Presman. He's Teddy Covers, and you're watching the best daily sports betting show on the planet. Let's take you through today's show. We got Marco D'Angelo coming on. I had Appalachian State plus 1.5. on Saturday. I thought it was a terrible loss. Teddy didn't, but Marco decided to come on and talk App State and Texas A&M just to shove it in my heart. Then he's going to look at Kansas and West Virginia. Bryan Leonard coming on. He's got teasers for you in the NFL and a bet for you on the Georgia Tech game. And then, due to popular demand, he paid me $4,000. Tokyo Brandon is coming on, and he's going to talk Clemson, Georgia Tech, and one Japanese baseball player that we're all going to want to bet. Dude, that was long-winded. Whew. How are you, Teddy? How did you do this wonderful weekend?
It was a good weekend. We won them all.
Yeah,
I got no.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, my only regret is I didn't play more, because if I'd have played more, I'd have won all those too. We're running real good right now. Perfect weekend in college. It was perfect weekend in MLB. 18-3 last 21 plays overall. But, it's been now, since the beginning of February. That second week of February, I got hot, and it's been a pretty good extended run, Prez. No question about it. But let's open with a little bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books, college football style. The first, there was a lot this weekend.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to decide what I was going to use and what I wasn't.
Oh, my God. Have you seen that before?
I have not.
It stopped like you in your tracks, dude. You were rolling, and it stopped you in your tracks. Okay. Teddy, before we get into the bad beats, bad for the books, let me, if I can jump in, brother. 18-3 run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a perfect segue to discuss the most, and I'm not even kidding, the most purchased promo in Wager Talk history. The Odd Couple promotion is back for week 1. Basically, guys, you get Teddy's 3-day all access for $59. You get mine for free. You get my 3-day all access for $59. You get Teddy's for free. It's the Odd Couple promotion. It's on either of our pages on the right side over at WagerTalk.com. This is an incredible promotion, and especially with NFL coming. And just to let you guys know, and we don't tell people this, you can stack the promotion. So if you want to take advantage of that 3-day all access for $59, 2-for-1 deal, buy 10 of them, and they just add. As one expires, the next one kicks in, and so on and so forth. Teddy, we're going to be pushing the shit out of this all freaking week, and your 18-3 run is going to anchor my sales.
Yeah, Prez, I love you picking back off me, because obviously you know that I'm 21-5 week 1 in the NFL over the last 7 years, 7 consecutive week 1 winning reports. And Prez is like, I need a special so I can piggyback off your sales. Now, you can do this and not look at Prez's selections. That's fine. Although I did see a rough draft of your what? Like it was a book what you wrote about week 1 in the NFL. You put a ton of work into that. I'll give you credit. That being said, of course, Prez got the promo when Teddy is red hot and when Teddy's got the week 1 track record that you can piggyback off of. Yeah. So when I'm cold and you're hot, if you have a track record in something, then we'll see if we can flip it around one time.
Hey, Teddy, I'll flip it around for you, but man, come on, dude. This is shocking news. I'm a successful businessman. I know how to leverage off of other people. Anyway, with that said, guys, Teddy 21-5 in week 1 NFL for the last X number of years, actually sick. And for me, my NFL report, 17 pages long. I do a deep dive into every single game on the board. I give you sides and totals on all the different games. Teddy, I sent it to Teddy last night. It definitely is need of a grammar check. But Teddy was impressed. Now you can go into your bad beat segment, brother.
For the love of God, please. Let's talk about some bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books, college football style. And Prez, you were whining about this one. Look, it was tough. I'm not going to deny it. That, of course, North Carolina and Appalachian State, the wildest fourth quarter you'll ever see. App State scores a tying touchdown with 30 seconds left, and they go for the win, and they miss a 2-point conversion, so they're down by 1, which is perfect if you bet them early. They have the onside kick. And, of course, the kid catches the onside kick on the run, runs it straight in the end zone instead of hitting the turf, turns a 1-point lead into an 8-point lead, but leaves enough time for a kick return, 2 passes, and a touchdown back for App State. But App State misses another 2-point conversion to lose by 2. North Carolina minus 2.5 to +3. They win and cover. You had App State. That was no fun at all, especially if you didn't get the absolute best of the number because people were out there, had App State 2.5, but that was long gone. Long gone before kickoff. I don't even know what this game was. During the bad beats, bad bets, I put it in here. Wyoming bet from +1 to +6.5. All the money came on Tulsa after Wyoming got annihilated in week 1. They had a defensive touchdown, Wyoming did. They had a special teams touchdown, a block punt. They had a big play, blown coverage touchdown just before halftime. So really, 3 cheap scores for Wyoming. And then, of course, they rallied from double digits down in the fourth quarter and won in double overtime after both teams fumbled it away in the final minute of regulation. Yeah. Tulsa, tough beat. Bowling Green, +23.5. They got a block punt touchdown early. They led 17-7 at UCLA. Had the Bruins on their heels. And then the Bruins took over, took control. They're up 3 touchdowns with less than 5 minutes remaining. 4th and 3 from midfield. You punt there, right? Chip Kelly goes for it. The defense fooled. Big play, touchdown. Bowling Green can't get a first down. Bruins win by 4 touchdowns, not 3. Tough beat if you took the points. How about Cincinnati, +6.5? All right. They had 5 different drives in Arkansas territory, ending at the 26, the 6, the 47, the 30, and the 21. And they scored 0 points on those 5 drives. Cincy +6.5, they lost the game by 7, 5 times in Arkansas territory. They didn't come up with points. Ouch. And, of course, another ouch, LSU money line last night. They come all the way back and then lose on a blocked extra point at the end in one of the wildest finishes on a weekend of wild finishes. LSU money line backers. No joy in Mudville. So that's your bad beats, bad bets. I talked about this in my big game breakdown on Friday. It was nothing but Illinois money. The game was pick'em. Indiana +1 by kickoff after the Hoosiers were -3, -3.5 earlier. And Illinois spent the entire fourth quarter just taking a shotgun and pointing at their foot and shooting again and again. Left just enough time for Indiana to put together one good drive to win by exactly 3. All the Illinois money, bad bets. Lots of Oregon money. They took out all the +17s. Marcus Mariota called the line disrespectful. And it was. Deservedly so. Georgia blowout well before halftime. Oregon money, bad bets. Nevada, -9 to +1 at home against Texas State after bettors looked at that week 0 box score. Remember, bettors went nuts fading the Wolfpack last week and lost then as well. Well, the anti-Wolfpack money lost again this week, blowout style. Nevada destroys Texas State. 10-point line move. They got it all wrong. Florida Atlantic blew out Charlotte, then took big money at Ohio U, -1.5 up to -6. They have a game under their belt, right? A Gub team. Well, then Charlotte lost to an FCS squad on Thursday night, and FAU lost outright to the Ohio Bobcats. Florida Atlantic money, bad bets. All Louisville money all week, -2.5 up to -5.5 at Syracuse. Malik Cunningham didn't have an open receiver all game. Wasn't his fault. The Orange defense stifled. Blowout loss for Louisville. Those were bad bets. Bad for the books. Friday night TV game. Look, it was nothing but TCU money at Colorado. The books got Carl Durrell there. Buffs hung around for 3 quarters, fell apart in the fourth. Some real questionable go for it in this spot versus punting in that spot decisions for Colorado. 38-13 final. That was a very bad result for the house. The books were not rooting for Oklahoma against UTEP. The game closed 31. The Miners hit a 54-yard field goal to cut the lead to 29 in the fourth. And Oklahoma, up 29 late in the fourth, kicked a field goal. They didn't go for it on fourth down. Lead back up to 32. That's where it finished. Oklahoma gets the cover in bizarre circumstances late. And the books certainly weren't rooting for Alabama. They were bet up 37.5 up to 42 against Utah State. Well, it was 41-0 at the half. They covered the first half too. The trend that keeps on giving, 55-0 by the fourth. All Crimson Tide. That too, not a good result for bookmakers. Whew, there you have it. Bad beats, bad bets, and bad for the books. Back to you, Mr. Prez.
Teddy covers. I missed that segment, man. Wow. Every Monday, guys, we're going to be doing that segment. I'll just be listening. Teddy will be doing all the heavy lifting. Welcome, everyone, into the chat room. Jake, Abel, P. Boyd, Topset, MDR, Lance. Happy Labor Day to all of you guys. Teddy, we're going to bring Marco on, and I got a really, really important question to ask Marco right off the bat. Marco, how are you?
Doing good. How are you doing today, guys?
Good, Marco. So listen, everybody wants to know, they're talking about it in the chat room. When you purchase the Odd Couple promotion, are you going to go to Teddy's page or to my page to make that $59 2-for-1 Odd Couple purchase? How are you going to attack it?
I want to know what the line is on how many people buy it through Teddy's page versus how many buy it through your page. I think Teddy is a huge favorite, and I don't know they can set it high enough. But nonetheless, it's a really good promotion. And once again, your keen business sense to find somebody to jump on their back and let them carry you, it amazes me. You're good.
Hey, Marco, I'll tell you guys flat out. I just play along with the shit. Teddy is an exceptional NFL handicapper. I had a greater ROI last year than he did. Teddy is piggybacking on me. I'm up big units in baseball, although Teddy just did overtake me in baseball. Way to go, Teddy! Plus, I'm
Marco, let's talk about some games.
Yeah, let's do that.
It is. So,
either that or
Marco,
you two need to get a room.
No doubt, dude.
You know what? Let's make 1,000 of those Odd Couple sales, and I'll get Teddy a room. He can have it for himself. App State, Texas A&M. Dude, App State, we've already spoke about it. They broke my heart on Saturday. I ended up going 1-2 on the day, 2-2 on the weekend. I had 2 nice swinging dogs, though, Old Dominion and Rutgers. Okay, enough about me. App State, Texas A&M, how do we bet this game? Roll those eyes, Teddy.
Well, obviously, I'm a situational handicapper along with statistics. And this is a spot where I love to go against a team that played a barn burner like Appalachian State did and come up short. That's going to have me looking when I start my handicapping right away, trying to find a spot to fade them. And Teddy, you talked about the bad beats and everything else. You forgot the biggest brain fart. North Carolina almost had their own bad beat in that game because the only way they lose that game is by the guy scoring the touchdown at the end.
Yeah.
All he has to do is
talked about it.
Fall down and the game's over. But, he wanted to go to the house, so great stuff there. But I'm looking at App State. Not only was it a gut-wrenching loss for them, it's one of those games that I like to tab as a big brother versus little brother game. App State from North Carolina as well. They get sky high for a game like that. A lot of those kids on that team wanted maybe to go to North Carolina, but weren't good enough, didn't get a scholarship offer. They always get up for those type of games. So losing in the fashion that they did, it's like a double sword in the chest for them. I don't see how they get back up. Now, let's look at the fundamentals of the game. They played a North Carolina team, and we talked about that game on Bet On It last week. I said the defense for North Carolina is horrible. Well, we saw that. They gave up 61 points in that game. They're not going against the North Carolina defense this week. They're going against Texas A&M out of the SEC. And last season, this Texas A&M team, now we're entering year 5 of the Jimbo Fisher era there. They were good defensively. They held 7 of 12 opponents to 14 points or less last year. And the only team that got into the 30s against them, well, that was Alabama. They score against everybody. I don't see Appalachian State moving the football with much success this week, and they're going to be spent. Texas A&M can pound the football down their throat, wear them out. Come the fourth quarter, what do you want? A team that can dominate the line of scrimmage when they're just trying to run out the clock because they can add to the lead, protecting when you're laying points. I think 17's low in this game because of the 61 that Appalachian State hung up last week. I'm on Texas A&M. I'm laying the wood. It's not often you see me run to get a 17-point favorite, but this is one of those instances.
Okay,
just
Teddy.
Real quick, Marco,
Teddy,
do you worry at all about?
Wait, Teddy, I got to jump in. So it's not very often that you lay the wood.
Oh, Prez.
Teddy. Teddy.
Sometimes, Prez, you just leave me speechless, dude. Marco, you're very much a situational handicapper. And you talk about the spot for App State. What about the spot for A&M? They got a little bit of a look ahead, perhaps, the following week with a big TV showdown against Miami. They're coming off a big blowout against a lesser opponent. Is this a spot where we get max focus from the home team?
Normally, Teddy, you would be 100% right. If App State would have got blown out last week, yeah, it would have been a perfect spot to look past them with Miami on deck. But seeing what happened and everybody, ESPN, that fourth quarter highlight reel, everybody saw that game last week. They're not going to take App State for granted after seeing all the highlights of them going up and down the field. If they would have won in a blowout, I would not be anywhere near this game. Absolutely.
Marco D'Angelo, everyone. Marco, a proud customer of the Odd Couple promotion. Marco, Kansas and West Virginia. You're the only guy I can do this with, dude. You're one of the owners of the company, so you're all in on the Odd Couple promotion. I start doing that shit in the middle of Brian or Brandon's segment, HR's calling. Why are you promoting your shit in Brian's segment? Okay, Marco. Kansas, West Virginia. How are we betting this game?
Well, true disclosure, you're riding Teddy's coattails. I'm laughing because I'm making money off of both of you guys as an owner of the company. So sell, guys. We're looking at this one. It's going to be the same theme, guys. Recurring, coming off a gut-wrenching loss. Now, for people maybe outside of the Pittsburgh, West Virginia area, yeah, it's a cute name, the Backyard Brawl. You watched it Thursday night on ESPN. Everybody loved the game. What a thriller. Down to the final play of the game. Where was it a catch? Wasn't it a catch? What was it? But guys, the Backyard Brawl around here is as big as Ohio State, Michigan. And they hadn't played that rivalry in 20 years. They set an all-time record for the biggest attended sporting event in Pittsburgh sports history with that 70,000 plus at the game for the Backyard Brawl. I don't know how West Virginia picks themselves up off the mat, losing that game to Pitt. And in comes Kansas. Kansas has been a doormat forever in the Big 12. And they'll probably be a doormat again. But it's year 2 of the new coaching regime. And this team put together a nice 3-game stretch to finish the season last year, covering all 3 of those games and pulling an upset over Texas. I just don't like this West Virginia team laying points. Yeah, they looked flashy Thursday night. They prepared all summer for that game against Pitt. JT Daniels is going to be a nice addition there. but when have you ever felt good laying points with West Virginia? This is a team under the current coaching staff in his first 3 years, has only averaged 24 points per game. This is not the West Virginia you remember from the previous coaching staff. They don't go up and down the field. I'm going to take Kansas plus the points here, plus 13. Does it get to 14? I doubt it because I don't think the Sharps will let it get there. If it does, they'll bet it right away and knock it back. But 13 is a good number. I'm going to go ahead and grab Kansas plus the points here.
So Kansas on the road in recent seasons, and every recent season, has been a pretty difficult proposition to cash tickets. Clearly, we're seeing market respect for Kansas with this line. We haven't seen Kansas on the road at plus 13. You talked about late in the season last year, some of the success they had. Again, they beat Texas. They gave up 56 points in that game. It's not like this is the type of defense that we trust to get stops consistently on the highway. Here's my question. Is Kansas good enough? Flat out, because this team, while they've had some success down the stretch last year, and we've heard plenty of Vegas hype about Kansas, when you grade out their personnel, West Virginia is probably more than a 2-touchdown favorite.
In most instances, they were. And if you look, Teddy, West Virginia actually was laying more on the road last year than they are at home this year. So, yeah, the market has adjusted to it. But again, if this game was 2 weeks from now and West Virginia had another, game under their belt, that buffer game, I like to refer to it after the Pitt game, yeah, I might have a different opinion on this game. But I think the market value for it, and you said it, the market's showing it that it's under 2 touchdowns. But really, how many people are going to look at West Virginia and draw a conclusion off of one game and saw what they did last week against, a Pitt team? And let's not forget, Pitt was breaking in a new quarterback too. Yeah, it was somebody that came over in the transfer portal, just like West Virginia did. But both teams went up and down the field. It wasn't like West Virginia was making stops in that game either. Both teams enjoyed offensive success. I just think 13 is way too many points in this one. Yes, it's the home opener for West Virginia, and it's a conference game, so they shouldn't be flat. But not playing a rivalry for 20 years, and this was one of the most heated rivalries. This was bigger than Pitt-Penn State because they were still in the same conference prior to them going to Pitt going to the ACC, and of course, West Virginia going to the Big 12. So I'm going to play the situational spot, Teddy.
Marco D'Angelo. It's $9 Mondays, everyone. And Zachary, I will address your Teddy 5% thing in a minute. Marco, what do you have to promote?
I've got a baseball play today. Baseball's been going good, guys. You can pick it up, $9, normally $25 on a Monday. Pick it up, after you spend that money on the odd couple. If you got an extra $10 bill in your pocket, head on over to my page and you can check out my baseball play for today.
Thank you, my brother. Okay, Teddy, so we got this guy, Zachary. Zachary, we appreciate your patronage, you logging in. We appreciate you are a customer. Deep love for you. Relax. WagerTalk are not scammers because Teddy's 5% play is not $9 today. Zachary wants to buy your 5% play. He wants to buy it for $9. And why can't he? Zachary, Teddy's play was up last week. So he would have had many clients buy his play on a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday and a Friday, etc., at the regular price. So now all because it's Monday, he can't then drop the price and screw all those guys who paid regular price. It's not $9 for that reason. But whenever you have an issue, all you got to do is email our customer service. Give Missy and Melissa some love. Teddy covers. We'll be right back with your big game breakdown.
WagerTalk Today hosts Teddy Covers and the Prez are the perfect odd couple. And since you can't have one without the other, we decided to turn it into a promotion. With daily baseball and the NFL and college football in action this week, there is no better time to get on board with both Teddy and the Prez, and why not do it with one big discount? The promotion is simple. You can't get Teddy without the Prez or Prez without the Teddy, so if you buy a 3-day all-access pass from one, you will get a 3-day all-access pass from the other for free. To redeem this deal, just go to either of their pages at WagerTalk, purchase the Odd Couple special, and lock in both Prez and Teddy for 3 days for the price of one. This offer expires when the Broncos and the Seahawks kick off on Monday Night Football, so act fast and take advantage of the Odd Couple promo.
It is time for today's big game breakdown. Let's take a look at some NFL Week 1 action as the 49ers travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. Looking at the WagerTalk live odds screen right now, I'm seeing San Francisco basically -7 across the board, total sitting 41.5 as we speak. NFL rules for Week 1. My rules are pretty simple. I want to bet on good teams before the markets realize how good they are. And I want to bet against bad teams before the markets realize how bad they are. And of the two, I'd rather be betting against the bad teams Week 1. Because look in college football. Hawaii, everyone knew they were going to bet. Awful, 0-2 ATS. Temple, everyone knew they were going to be bad. Awful. UMass, South Florida, Charlotte. The bottom feeders get smacked early in the season, and the markets don't necessarily price them correctly. I don't care what you want to talk about Chicago. There's no upside for this team. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. When a last place team has salary cap issues, it's all about the future from day one. Eberflus is not tasked with trying to get this team into the playoffs. So I have no hesitation going against the Bears. San Francisco last year, they blew out Detroit Week 1. They fell asleep in the second half. They were up 38-10 in that ballgame, ended up 41-33, and the Lions covered by the hook. It was a brutal beat if you had San Fran. But they dominated the game. Shanahan had them ready. How good are the 49ers? The markets are debating. They're worried about Trey Lance. The schedule is brutal. But the key here is in the trenches. 1, Lance can play. 2, San Fran's offensive line versus Chicago's defensive line and San Fran's defensive line versus Chicago's offensive line is a mismatch on both sides in the trenches. So I understand why the markets haven't gone nuts on this game. They don't trust Lance yet. But that being said, this line can only go up. You like San Fran? No hesitation. Do it right now on a Monday morning. Take the 49ers -7. There's your big game break. Back to you,
Teddy. I am 100% aligned with you on this game. I'd love to talk about it for an hour, but we are up against it. Whenever Marco is on and I can't shut up, we're up against it. Bryan Leonard, everyone. Bri, you're looking very slick today. I feel like you put a lot of care and attention into your hair before the show.
No, very much like Teddy. I just comb it, and that's the way I let it go all day. And but I'm glad to have some hair. So I'm very happy about it.
Yes,
I'm taking
an exquisite head of hair. Brian, we're going right into it. You know how this works. There's a reason we put you on Mondays. Marco spends half an hour talking. You come on 3 minutes. Okay, you got a 2-team 6-point teaser in the NFL for us in Week 1. Go.
All right. Well, first off, is it still Monday? This has been a long show. Either way, we're looking at teasers here, and I do teasers a little bit differently than most of the people that are probably watching the show. Is I do try to do a lot of Wong teasers. Stanford Wong came out with his book a long time ago, and he talked about how to do teasers. Ed Meyer, one of our friends from Cleveland, he produced a book that I had a chance to read. Tells you how to do teasers. And when we're looking at teasers, we're not looking at teams. We're not looking at situations where I like this team and I want to get a few extra points. The whole point about playing teasers is the NFL is the tightest lines in all of sports. Now, the one thing is it's Week 1, so there's still a lot of unknowns early on in the season. So teasers won't work quite as well now as they will in the middle of the season. But still, I find some value in a teaser here. We're looking to cover the key numbers of 3, 4, 6, and 7, and we're trying to do it in as low total game as possible, which means the points mean more. The first teaser leg, everybody who bets for a living will be Cleveland, plus 2.5 up to 8.5. You've got a low scoring total. I believe the total's around the 42 mark. So there's not going to be much scoring here. We already know both teams have questionable quarterback issues, so we'll see a lot of running in this game. I'd like Cleveland plus 8.5 is a first leg of this teaser. My second leg of the teaser will be on the Minnesota Vikings. They were plus 2. You can get them up to plus 8. This total is a little bit higher. It's 48. Normally, I wouldn't be playing something this high, but we have to tease something along with the Cleveland Browns. Minnesota is one of these teams that I think is very valuable this year. I think they're a team we can bet on. And Green Bay is such a powerhouse team that the public loves to play Green Bay. We're going to take Minnesota and tease them with Cleveland. Minnesota plus 8, Cleveland plus 8.5.
So, Bri, you made an excellent point right at the top. You were talking about how the NFL lines are as tight as it gets, and that they tend to get tighter as the season progresses. I like to start playing teasers maybe week 3, week 4. Do you trust the week 1 lines to be tight enough that these extra 6 points are going to matter in many of these games?
Well, these lines have been out for a long time, so everybody has bet into these games. So it's a little bit tighter than what you may find in week 2. And I did find one in week 2. If you're able to play week 1 and week 2, you're getting Pittsburgh and New England. You're getting Pittsburgh plus 8. I think that's a very good one, too, with also a low total. Yeah, that's always your concern. Once the teams gets to the point where we know basically what these teams are, they're golden. Problem is, it's week 1, we don't know for sure, but I still think this is a really good, especially the Cleveland line, is a really good teaser in this week 1 action.
Bryan Leonard, everyone, exclusive handicapper at WagerTalk.com. Brian, it's $9 Mondays. What do you got going for our clients?
Actually, I don't have anything up as of yet today, and very similar to the situation with Teddy, I've already put up a 5% play in the NFL. I put it up a few weeks ago, so you will have to pay full price for it because we don't want to upset the people that have already bought it. And that was a great explanation in that, Prez. I do appreciate that. But I'll have something up for football, I believe, later on today. Just got to get the shows out of the way and get to it. It is a holiday.
Bryan Teddy is pissed with me in the Slack channel. Whoo! He's like, not effing funny, you jackass. Easy for you to say. You get to say whatever you want, and then I get cut off and stiffed. Teddy's going off on me.
You can't even read what I send him.
Stifled. What the hell is stifled?
The word is stifled, bro. Stifled.
Stifled.
Ever seen it before?
Oh, my God.
Not only can he not spell
That's what
correctly,
happens when you're trying to get words in and somebody cuts you off. You get stifled. When you're co-hosts, when you're both trying to make points, when you're both trying to make jokes, Bri, let's talk about the second game that you wanted to bring up for today's show, which is, of course, now I can't pull it up because Prez has got me all rattled over here.
Clemson, Georgia Tech tonight. I'm going with
thank you.
With something a little different. I did a show the other day with Dave Koken. I think it was Thursday or Friday. Brian Power. We all like Clemson, and I said the line was going to go up, especially that it's Monday night and everybody's going to come in on the favorite. So this line's already gone up. What did it open up? 18, something in that range. It's up to 23.5. I've actually seen a 24 out there. So instead of giving you the same play as what I gave out in the football last week, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to take the team total on Georgia Tech under. Georgia Tech's always struggled against Clemson offensively. They scored 8 last year. Go back the last few years, they rarely score more than 10 points against this Clemson team. And Georgia Tech, third year under Collins, this team has struggled against good defenses. They finished last year against 2 good defenses, Notre Dame and Georgia, and I believe they lose something like 100-0 the last 2 games last year. They don't have the ability to score on good defenses, and it's a special important game for Clemson's defense because they lost their defensive coordinator. It's important for them to come out and show that that loss is not going to make a difference. I think it will, actually. I think he's very good. But against Georgia Tech, it won't matter. Georgia Tech under 13.5 is something I'm going to have in my pocket tonight. Don't like the Georgia Tech offense at all. Love the personnel on Clemson. I think Clemson has a big bounce back season, and they do it defensively in this matchup.
So I want to ask a theory question here, Brian, because it stands out to me for this game. I haven't talked, I mean, you and I, between us, we talked to a lot of different handicappers in a lot of different places. I haven't heard one person say one positive thing about Georgia Tech. You look at the public betting percentages, every bettor's on Clemson, sharps, squares, every single one of them. Does that worry you at all for a game like this, for a team total like this? I mean, it's like I haven't heard, not one guy has said, yeah, this is the case for Georgia Tech. I haven't heard one person say that. And I've heard 50 people break down this game.
Yeah, I talked about this last week. I said, normally I'm looking to play on a team, well, just the opposite in NC State. NC State was a team that everybody loved, and of course, they struggled to win the game outright. Georgia Tech is a team that everybody's looking to fade. So it is something that normally I take a look at. If they weren't playing Clemson here, which has something to prove after the season they had, I think it's a situation where I would have been on Georgia Tech if they had opened the season against somebody else, depending on the line, obviously. But yeah, that's something that is a major concern. Anytime you get in a full offseason about everybody saying how much a team is going to crush the opposition, that's a team that's coming in overrated. A team that, Georgia Tech is the players on this team, the coach on this team, they're all playing the underdog role. Nobody gives us a chance. That's a team I'm looking to back. But because they're playing Clemson, all for the history that they've had scoring against this team, and the Tigers with the defensive coordinator change and coming off that terrible season, this is the one time where I will not be on Georgia Tech.
Bryan Leonard, everyone. Brian, outstanding work, man. We love having you on. You'll be on WagerTalk Today every second week moving forward, and we're excited about that. Teddy, let's get rid of him now. Our niceties, now we're going to bring in, last week, I felt last week's Tokyo Brandon segment was a Hall of Fame segment, and I feel like Andy and you were the reason for that. It's not going to be that good again. Now we're just going to get straight into the info. Also, guys, if you want a daily presidential address, we got a whole shit ton of likes I still need. Tokyo Brandon, what up, dude? $9 Mondays. What do you got for the clients? And we're going through your two games fast.
Okay. I've got Japanese baseball, 3 plays up for tonight. And I also have a play in the Clemson game. I don't do a lot of college football, but I'm 5-0 this early college football season.
Wow.
And I've just released those plays for clients only, but they're mostly prop plays, rushing yard plays, things like that. But I've combined I combined all 3 of my Japanese baseball plays for $9 in one package. So I got that up right now.
Nice. And guys, if you're not playing his Japanese baseball, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. 6-0 run last 2 days, 60% in Asian baseball this season. Brandon, we've spoken about Clemson and Georgia Tech already. I gave out Clemson on Friday. I also mentioned that Georgia Tech will struggle to score 13 points. Brian came on here and said Georgia Tech's going to struggle to score 13 points. How are you attacking this game?
I'll keep it very short and sweet because this game's been beaten to death. I have Clemson first half -11, and I realize the line has moved since I put that out. It's now -13.5 in the first half, but I still like it. I think Clemson should easily be up by 2 touchdowns at halftime. Georgia Tech is a listless team. Clemson wants to come out and get last year's bad taste out of their mouth. They should probably put a little stomping on in the first half, maybe ease up in the second. So I like the first half minus the points.
Let's talk a little Oryx Buffaloes versus Japanese baseball on Labor Day. Now, the Fighters have been scoring a lot lately despite being bottom dwellers. What are we going to do in this one?
Teddy's doing his homework. Look at that, Prez. You could take some.
You're coming on here starting with me. I'm the guy that sets the schedule, Tokyo.
That's true.
Not Teddy.
That's true. Hey, I'm surprised you didn't jump on the Wong teaser. You know, if you say Wong teaser in Japan, it means something really different. But anyways, I'll get to that later. Yeah, Oryx is the second place team right now. They're fighting for a playoff spot. They're playing the bottom dweller Nippon Ham Fighters. I love Yamaoka. He's Oryx's starting pitcher tonight. 0.64 ERA against the Ham Fighters this season in 6 starts. He's got a 1-1 whip on the season. Oryx has every advantage here. Starting pitcher, bullpen, lineup, and current form. The only advantage they don't have is the home field. Bottom dwellers don't really take advantage of home field. I like the Oryx Buffaloes on the money line, and surprisingly, you can get it at -115, -120, which is a bargain in my opinion, because I capped it at -150.
Yeah. Teddy, I think my internet is sucking today. Tokyo Brandon, outstanding, man. So moving forward, you handicap Japanese and Korean baseball. You've done a few college football plays. Are you going to be selling NFL?
I doubt it. Probably not NFL. I like college football. NFL, like Brian said earlier, is the toughest numbers to beat in all sports out there. I honestly don't know how you guys do NFL and NBA. Those two sports to me seem quite impossible. So I do not do NFL. And
well,
let me just say something. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to say something about Teddy Covers. Teddy, I know his online personality, he seems a little brash, but he's the nicest, sweetest, warmest guy in the world when you meet him in person. So don't let that fool you.
What the shit? Don't you get on here and wreck my persona. The hell?
He's talking about me.
Nah,
he's a teddy bear.
About me. He was using you as an analogy or a metaphor to discuss me.
I'm going to discuss Wong teasers in the next segment.
Okay,
what
go ahead. Wong teasers. You have a minute.
No, I'm joking.
I don't even know what the hell you're on about.
Wong tease the Wong.
Okay.
Anyway, so look,
Dan, get rid of him. Get rid of him. Tokyo Brandon, everyone. Oh my God, Teddy. Wow. Okay, guys. So real quick, we're going to be talking about the Odd Couple promotion all week. I'm going to jam this down people's throats flat out. You get 3-day all access to both of us for the price of one. It's a 2-for-1 deal. Just go to Teddy's page or my page down the right side. You will see the Odd Couple promotion, $59, 3-day all access. Get one, buy one, get the other free. And guys, stack it up. Like buy 6 of them if you want. They'll all just they won't be 6 at a time. They'll just continue to move on. Teddy Covers, we didn't even get close to 100 likes. I ain't giving out free anything. You got your opening line report starting at 1. Have an incredible show, my brother. I'm going to Center Street Deli for a Montreal smoked meat sandwich and then spending 3 hours on my NFL report. Take us home.
Yeah, Labor Day, we understand there's lots of folks that are out of their normal schedules. And I hope if you weren't watching, you're out there having fun somewhere. Nonetheless, we appreciate all the eyeballs every day here on Wager Talk Today. I want to thank all of our guests, Brandon Siefking, Tokyo Brandon, Bryan Leonard, and of course, Marco D'Angelo. We'll do it again tomorrow, same time, same channel, 9 a.m. here on the left coast, noon for you back east. And as Prez mentioned, be sure to stay tuned for the NFL opening line report right here on Wager Talk TV at the top of the hour. He called it 1 o'clock. It's really 10 o'clock Pacific time. Hey, guys, enjoy the games today. Good luck. We'll talk to you again in just a few minutes. And right here on Wager Talk Today, we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Wager Talk Today hosts Teddy Covers and the Prez are the perfect odd couple. And since you can't have one without the other, we decided to turn it into a promotion. With daily baseball and the NFL and college football in action this week, there is no better time to get on board with both Teddy and the Prez, and why not do it with one big discount? The promotion is simple. You can't get Teddy without the Prez or Prez without the Teddy, so if you buy a 3-day all-access pass from one, you will get a 3-day all-access pass from the other for free. To redeem this deal, just go to either of their pages at WagerTalk, purchase the Odd Couple special, and lock in both Prez and Teddy for 3 days for the price of one. This offer expires when the Broncos and the Seahawks kick off on Monday Night Football, so act fast and take advantage of the Odd Couple promo.